Anna, ready, Miss Teresa? We can start it. Now it's good. Good evening, Toastmasters and honored guests, and especially good friend Thomas here. Today, I want to talk about leadership. Not the one that comes with a title. You know, we like titles. Not one that comes with a corner office. You know, Anna likes a corner office. And not one that comes with a paycheck. You know, Travis don't mind getting paid. But the kind that challenges lives, shifts cultures, and leave a lasting legacy after you're gone. Now, to do that, we have to go back to our time machine. I don't know why that theme's still stuck in my head after all these weeks, but that's okay. I'm going to take you back to today, April 15th. Not today, 2026, but back to 1947, when everything was black and white TV back in those days. On that day, a man stepped on the baseball field and forever changed not just the game, not just sports, but the world. And that man was Jackie Robinson. Now, many people know Jackie Robinson as the first African American to play Major League Baseball in the modern era. Now, just to give you clarification, modern era is considered 1920 to now, just to give you a little context. But what made him extraordinary was not just his athletic ability, it was his leadership under pressure, his discipline in facing hatred, and dealing with ominous comments and backlash, and his commitment to a purpose that was bigger than himself. Now, he said famously once, now think about this quote when I say it, a life is not important except in the impact it has on others' lives. Y'all marinate on that. We'll get back to that statement later. It's not just a quote, it's a leadership blueprint. So today we're going to unpack, I'm sorry, Thomas, I know it's a little traumatized using that word for you. But let's unpack 3 leadership lessons that Jackie Robinson had that can help us in our professional lives. Number 1, courage under pressure. When Jackie Robinson broke the color barrier in 1947, he faced relentless hostility, fans shouted insults, racial slurs, opposing players target him in more ways than one. Even teammates didn't want nothing to do with him, meaning that they didn't want to sit next to him, they didn't want to eat with him, they didn't even want to be in the same bus, train, however they traveled back in 1947, they didn't want to be nowhere near him. Can you imagine at the moment in 2026 that people treated you like that the way he was treated? We would be screaming for injustice. But one of the things that made him so different, that one of the things that Blanche Rickey, which was the owner of the Dodgers at the time, knew that he would be able to face those adversities and do it in a way that was quiet and reserved. He could do his job and that would inspire others. Because even Blanche Rickey said, you cannot respond to these people for 3 years. Now imagine that back in those days you couldn't respond to any racial slurs, any bad comments from teammates, umpires, opposing players, opposing fans. That would be hard even for me. I'm from New York. Not Brooklyn, New York. I know I got the Brooklyn Dodgers. No. A New Yorker would be like, no. I'm just being honest. But him, he just had that humble presence, that courage to say, you know what? No matter what they gave me, no matter what they say, I'm going to do it with grace and dignity, and I'm going to show you that this is the right way to do it. In our careers today, we have that emotional intelligence. We may not face what Jackie Robinson faced, but we encounter pressures from difficult coworkers, amen to that, unfair criticism, high-stakes decisions. But true leadership isn't reacting emotionally, it's about responding strategically. Now, Jackie Robinson shows us the courage that isn't always loud. Sometimes courage is restraint, sometimes it's even silence. Leadership is choosing professionalism when it could be easier just to prove a point. So, in the words of a hip-hop song, sometimes you have to put your mind in mouth of Wheel of Fortune mode. Be like Pat and don't say Jack. And sometimes it will be better that way. I'm sorry for that. Now, Lesson 2, excellence as an influence. Jackie Robinson didn't just show up, he dominated. He was Rookie of the Year in 1947, he won NL MVP, he was a World Series champion in 1955, and also made the Baseball Hall of Fame, one of the first ever African Americans ever done so. Now, why does that matter? Because excellence has a voice. In the workplace, your performance is your platform. Your consistency delivers results. You build credibility, and your credibility gives you influence. Jackie Robinson understood that if he wanted to change people's minds, he had to perform at a level that could not be ignored. It's the same true for us. If we lead, we must first master our craft, but more importantly, if we're going to lead, we have to learn to lead before we can lead. Y'all marinate on that for a minute. Now, the last one is purpose over popularity. Ooh, that's an interesting one. Everybody wants to be popular, but sometimes it's better to have a purpose instead of being, oh, look, I'm the big man on campus. No. Jackie Robinson proved that he never chased approval. He was chasing impact. Because when you're the first of something, it is not easy. Being the first to go to college, being the first to come from another country, or whatever the first is. It is not easy being the first, because whoever comes after you, you have to set the foundation for others to build on when that time comes. So that's why he knew his role in baseball was bigger than that, because every game was an opportunity to open doors for others to come after him, whether you're African American, Hispanic, etc. Because he knew that if he would succeed, that would get everybody the hope that they can succeed. Now, here's a powerful truth. You don't need to have a global stage to do the same. You can lead in your office, you can lead in your team, and you can lead in your community and your family. Every conversation, every decision, every interaction is an opportunity to create impact. So what does Jackie Robinson's legacy mean for us today? It means leadership is not about position, it's about influence. It means that adversity is not an excuse, it's an opportunity waiting to happen. And it means that our greatest measure of success is not what we achieve, but who we elevate on our way to the top. Don't let what you can't do interfere with what you can do. John Wooden said that. Now, a call to action. This week, I challenge you to lead with intention. Choose one area in your professional life where you can demonstrate courage, commitment to excellence, and act with a purpose, and take action on it. Now, here's a question to think about for the end. When people look back on your life and your leadership, will they remember what you accomplished or how you impact others? Oh, and by the way, if Jackie Robinson was here today, he would say, no more taxes. Thank you, Madam And that speech was approved by the IRS.